Gonna keep that body proper size down.
Right there, ladies and gents. I'm back out on another one of my English heritage motovlogs, and today I'm off to Pevensey Castle. Now, Pevensey Castle is a fantastical castle, and I don't think I've been here before either, but it's in really good condition, and you won't believe how old it is. 16 centuries it's been around, which is just a crazy amount of time. Most of the journey is going to be pretty poop on long fast roads on a bike that isn't currently long and fast capable, as it's still being run in. Yeah, anyway, yes, the road that I'm going to be going down once I get beyond all these twiddles is going to be pretty boring, so I'm not going to film all the way down there, as that will bore the pants off you, and it will also take blooming ages, which I mean my 15-minute-ish vlog will not fit into the time span. So right, I'm going to time travel to when I get nearer to Pevensey Castle. Okay, well, I am getting close. I'm very nearly there. I'm not sure exactly where it is down here, but I know it's somewhere, and there is signposts, and I like signposts. Signposts help me find things. Yes, so I'm not going to go straight in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try and get some dronage footage from afar, and then I'm going to come back and have a look around. That's quite an impressive wall. Okay, so we've got some altitude now. Let's just get this camera down a little bit. Let's have a look at what we got. Wow, it's a big old fort, isn't it? So that's Pevensey Castle. I'm not going to fly over it. Certainly not crossing the road with this drone. Cool beans. Okay, let's go and explore this castle then. Really looking forward to this. With all the other castles I've seen and structures I've gone to see all being in a far worse state than this. It's surprisingly a lot newer. Alright, let's go get castled. Okay, so Pevensey Castle, defended England for over 1500 years. So yeah, I was right, 16 centuries. Awesome. Little is known about Pevensey in the 6.5 centuries between the withdrawal of the Roman army from Britain in 410 AD and the Norman landings in 1066. Archaeological excavations in the 1930s uncovered evidence suggesting that a sophisticated trading community continued to live with the Roman walls well into the 5th century. However, later that century, the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle records a grim siege here where the Saxon invaders slew all the inhabitants. There was not even one Briton left. By the mid-7th century, this area within the Roman walls was again inhabited. Archaeological material from this period perhaps indicating the existence of an administrative centre in the 200 or so years before the Norman invasion. Pevensey developed into a small fishing community and a centre for the salt producing industry. In September 1066, William the Conqueror established his base camp in the area, all within the Roman walls. He protected it with a ditch bank and palisade. which is a fence of wooden stakes. Later the defences were to be strengthened and remodelled. The stone gatehouse dates from 1190 and the curtain walls a little later. Awesome. Something I read the other week was that the reason they used moats was not because it was tough to cross, although that is a byproduct, but also because it would stop people tunnelling underneath the castles, because they'd have a much higher chance of any tunnels collapsing if they had to go deeper than the moat. And that's something I didn't know. That's quite a spooky looking tower, very skull-like, isn't it? Castle Grey Skull. Beautiful, really, really beautiful. Let's go and have a look inside. The builder of the first castle here was Robert, Count of Mortain and half-brother of William the Conqueror. He divided off the southeast corner of the Roman fort with timber and earthwork defences, which were quick and easy to construct. Outside these, a civil community continued to live within the Roman walls. However, by the late 12th century, the civilian population had shifted to the site of the present village of Pevensey, leaving the area of their former homes to become, for a time, the outer ward of the castle. The two sieges of 1088 and 1147 probably encouraged such a move. Robert's defence work survived for well over a century before it was partly destroyed to make way for the present gatehouse. The curtain walls flanking it were added between 40 and 50 years later, probably by Peter of Savoy, who became Lord of Pevensey in 1246. North Tower Gatehouse, built around 1200. The basement below may have been an oubliette or prison, as it has no stairs. So I guess they've just thrown people down there. Nice. So this arrow slot would be really just for defending here once people had already got inside the walls. Not really going to get arrows any further, are you? Oh. But yeah, these would have had different floors. I wonder how tall it would have actually have gone. So there'd have definitely been a floor above me. Possibly one above that too. Awesome. What a fantastic castle. Okay, so this is a chapel. It's the stone foundations from it. Would have been a wooden building. There's also a grave slab, which I'm guessing is that thing there protected by the iron grating there. And that's the remains of the font, which is amazing. Okay, so this is the East Tower, built in the mid-13th century. Some butchers. Cool. I'm guessing it was nice and strong, so it could withstand any potential bombings. Is that one there? Gun emplacement from World War II. So they just had a machine gun nest in there, I'm assuming, for when the Germans invaded. It's weird to think that that little stretch of sea that we've got between us and France is pretty much what stopped us being fully invaded. I know we were bombed and all that stuff, but yeah, Yeah, if troops had come over here, World War II would have been a completely different story. Not saying there would have been a different outcome. But it would not have been the same tale at all. Obviously it's changed considerably since it was first a fort, 400 years after Bejeebus. Got your zombie socks on. Castles were introduced into England by the Normans, although early ones usually had as their strong point a motte or a mound fortified with a palisade. A motte was not built here, probably because of the protection given by the massive Roman walls surrounding it. Instead, at the beginning of the 12th century, either William de Mortan or his successor Richard de Quiller constructed the Great Stone Keep. Originally it seems to have been a rectangular building several stories high with 7 projecting towers. This is a highly unusual design with no known parallels. This powerful fortification was the heart of the castle, a home for the lord and his family, and the place of last resort for the garrison in a siege. Its height allowed archers into the roof to dominate the surrounding area. At its base are piled stone shot, the ammunition of medieval stone-thrown mangonel or trebuchets. It's a big pile of stones. That would hurt you if it hit you in the face, wouldn't it, eh? Most medieval castles were never attacked. Pevensey, however, was besieged 4 times. The castle was never stormed, but the garrison, short of food, surrendered after the first 2 sieges in 1088 and 1147. In 1399, the castle was involved in its 4th and most remarkable siege. By then, the keep was apparently ruinous, the outer wall indefensible, and with her husband away fighting alongside Henry Bolingbroke, soon to be Henry VI, the constable's wife, Lady Joan Pelham, rallied the garrison and held out against the royal army of Richard II. Her spirited defence saved the castle. So, this castle was saved by a lass. Watch them, they're tricky. This is down to the dungeon, which is houses. Okay, that's a steep stairway. Alright, try not to smash my crash arm against the walls. Apparently it's a bit wet at the bottom. So this is where you'd end up if you were in the bad books or that horrible place. Can't imagine that you'd be too chuffed down here. Let's try and get up. It's just unbelievable. This wall was built 1600 years ago. 1,600 years old. It's amazing. Awesomes. Truly awesomes. Just to try and imagine this in my head, how I imagine this castle would be. You've got the tower over there, the tower over there, and then this is the gate. You've got a tower here and the dungeon over there. So I'm actually imagining that there would have been a second tower coming up this side of it as well. That would have looked pretty damn imposing, wouldn't it? I wonder how much higher those walls would have gone as well. I mean, you can see that they've crumbled over the years, and I wonder how much taller these towers would have been too. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So these parapets on the wall, they're medieval ones, so not from the Roman original design, although it did have parapets to start with, but I guess they fell into disrepair, so they were rebuilt. I also imagine that if your castle is attacked several times, these things are going to take a pounding. I'll so glad I've ridden down today to have a look at this castle. It's awesome, absolutely awesome. I'm going to go and find myself some food. I think there's a cream tea with my name on it. Oh, an absolutely awesome castle to go and have a look at. Absolutely fantastic. And such an engineering feat. Even now it would be an enormous venture to put something like that up. Yeah, they did that 1,600 years ago. How flipping cool. How flipping cool indeed. Let's have a look at the water then. Just as a little bit of history, this is where the 1066 landings were when the Normans invaded the UK. But quite mental to think that an invading force landed on these beaches and they kicked our butts. They kicked our butts indeedy. Quite possibly a lot of you UK viewers would not be around today if that invasion hadn't taken place. You never know, do you? I love that sound. Don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but just the sea crashing into the beach, it's beautiful. I really hope you're enjoying this series. I'm loving visiting all these places. It's just fantastic to be able to do that and to be able to get out on the bike and have a purpose for it. It's awesome. And when the sun's shining, why would you not wanna? If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. That way you'll be notified when I post more videos. If you like the video, give it a little thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a little thumbs down. But above all, please stick in a comment. Let me know what you liked about it or what you didn't. Ride safe, take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.
You know, you gotta keep that bar rubber side down.